Welcome to Black Myth WuKong, the ultimate guide for beginners and advanced players because some of this stuff you guys might have missed. And I want to help you carry along. Should be a fun ride. Guys, we have guides for combat, for skills, and so much more on the channel. We're going to be diving deep into this game and giving you all we can. Make sure you stay locked in. We are partnered with YouTube. We have our emotes and badges celebrating with some giveaways and so much more. So make sure you stay tuned for all of that. All right, let's get into it right away. I want to just say, first and foremost, you should probably just play the game. You're here because you needed help, but one big tip is just experiment and have fun. And I'm going to get into how to make different builds and what you should do and how to set that up in a second here. But the key is just get out there, try some things. The biggest thing to know is that you can respec your build over and over. And the game actually encourages this, and this is a fun part of the game for you. So make sure you do that. Okay. I am going to give you a quick glimpse at that. So when you get to these shrines and incense, they call it offer incense, but basically this rest area, you're able to respec all your skills. You're going to go to self advance, you're going to go to ignite spark, and then you can respec everything. I'm not going to do it right now because then I'm going to ruin my build. But if I wanted to hold this button, I can do it. Also, I can literally respec one specific thing. It's not going to bother anybody. Then I can put it back if I want or put it somewhere else, as you can see. And this is the way you're able to make your build. Before we get started with that, I want to talk about making your build, but knowing the systems and how they work, because that's going to be the most pivotal, right? So let's get into it. First things first, you have the one and the only will. Will is your currency, it's your money, it's the way you make a living in this game. And it's going to be the number one tool for you to be able to purchase things and so much more. It's very vital to have that and to utilize it to your best ability because it's literally the way you purchase everything in the game. So know that, and you're gonna get it just by fighting enemies, finding chests, finding items everywhere. Pretty much throughout the game, you'll get that. Then, secondly, you have Spark. Spark is your XP. And just to kind of help you out, we talked about the skill tree and how you can reset it. And this is why I'm showcasing this to start off this guide. Is yeah, you can reset everything, but you want to earn it by permanently unlocking a full level. You'll lose some XP when you die. It's not too harsh, but you want to try to max out that bar as fast as possible, especially if you're about to fight a boss and you know you are. Just go run around, kill a couple enemies, and then you can re get the next one as you go forward. Right? And then let's talk about relics. Relics you're gonna get in every single chapter, and you can pick any bonus. All right, there's gonna be three in each of them, so you can select a bonus, and that is super cool. Just an easy, simple thing, nothing too crazy, but it's something to think about and to focus on for your play style. That's super vital. Of course, there's materials. We're going to talk about like your build and setting up things, but with the materials, you're going to be able to craft or upgrade different things. There's a lot of cool stuff in here as far as RPG elements that you're going to be able to do with the game. So make sure you do that so that you can stay, you know, focused and handle your business like you're supposed to. So those are just some of the key materials. And the reason I'm bringing this up first is because I want you to just know the game and not be confused. So many different things going on. It's pretty straightforward as far as if you understand other RPG games, you're going to be able to use this and go forward. I'm going to show you guys some secret tips and tricks and things along the way when it comes to this overall setup. So be ready for that. It should be a fun ride as we continue to give you best coverage possible. Okay, now I am gonna back out of this and go back into the skill tree. And I am not doing a skill tree guide here, but I can tell you to focus on one thing that you really want to do and that you need. Maybe you want to put smash dance and you want to buff this up because you're fighting a boss. If you're having hard times with bosses, Smash Dance is very good because it's single target bosses, but it has a short range. So if you wanted to do something like Pillar or Thrust, you have longer range depending on the boss, and your play style can be better to do these kind of things. So focus on what you feel and just buff them up drastically. Personally, I always recommend, and the skill guide, we'll talk about this, is going in here, maybe putting on some extra health if you feel you're dying too much, need to survive. Stamina is really fun. It's a way to do more damage and have survivability, which I like personally. And then martial arts is going to buff up some skills. So this is what I have currently, and this is a different run account, but basically I'm on a second account playing the game to make these videos for beginners because I wanted to showcase the beginning portions of everything so that we can all be on the same page. All right. Now that we finished some of that, I want to start getting into the meat and bones of some things that you guys probably seen in your first couple hours. It literally pops up and it's very vital and important to your experience. This gentleman right here, you're going to find super early on in the game, and you'll find these early. And he's going to give you an awesome new upgrade where you're able to pick up not only those green flames, but also you're able to pick up the enemies when you kill them. You're going to get some buffs. And this is super vital and it's very important. And I want to kind of just pause this here and take you out to the snake trail. Okay. This is literally in the first hour or so. You're going to end up getting to the snake trail, fighting some enemies. And then you're going to bump into a gentleman who will be right here. He's not here right now. Oh, no. But this gentleman will allow you to get that, and now you'll be able to grab those resources anytime and at all times that you want. It's going to allow you to absorb it, which gives you better XP, folks. Yep, you heard it here first. You're going to get more XP out of that just because, you know. So definitely something to look forward to and try, in my opinion, and it's going to help you out big time. All right, let's get into a little bit of combat. I do have the combat guide, but I just wanted to talk about it as well. Give you just a tip. You have heavy attacks and you can not move and I mean not be in a combo and you're able to charge it up. But if you're in a combo, it will do a different variable attack. Okay. So there's two different levels. You have to upgrade them through your skill tree to get variable attacks during that for the charge ups, which can be very good. And I love it. But one thing that I will say is the one thing that I loved when I unlocked it on the main account that I'm playing on is the ability to, and this isn't the one I'm on today, but the ability to go ahead and run and still charge up as well. And then having the combos that I can do and then using that after. So it's two different ways to play depending on what you're feeling, but you want both in the end of the day if you can. It's going to be very vital and it's going to help you big time in my opinion. So make sure you handle that as best as possible. Okay? Let's dive into a little more as we go. And I want to talk about the optional bosses. There's so many optional bosses. And you could just come back to the optional bosses when necessary and get them. There's one called Wandering White. You find him very early on, and he is pretty awesome. But you can get his spirit later, and the way this works is you have to get the on the second chapter. You're gonna have the ability to get the actual spells, aka transformations or spirits from the enemies. And this guy right here is a great boss fight, but you're gonna unlock him via second chapter, and then you can come back. If you don't get out, if you kill off a bunch of bosses, you can actually pick it up in a vendor. So you don't even have to worry about going to fight them later. If you already killed them, you could just go to the vendor and purchase it pretty easily. Simple, straightforward. So make sure you do that. And also, if there's going to be some bosses you might have missed, you can go to your journal and find where they are. You should be fine as you go forward from there. So that's the way to do it. These spirits are very powerful. Don't believe the hype, all right? Understand it's going to be super critical, in my opinion. So make sure you go and do that. All right. Now I want to talk about one of the most essential, in my opinion, is your gourd. Your gourd is super powerful, and it's basically going to heal you up, but there's a really little bit of a complex scenario as I showcase some of the where the bosses are on this thing. We're about to show the gourds and give you a rundown on how this system works. For the gourds, you have three parts, okay? You have the actual gourd, which holds drinks. You can hold multiple drinks. So far, I've gotten what, three or four? And so you'll be able to put three or four drinks within the gourd. And you have soaks, which also add extra buffs. Okay. You have drinks and then you have soaks. You can see the soaks here. It's going to be increasing your poison resistance. It can give you extra healing. It does different buffs depending on the setup, but it's very critical that you know this and you start putting on specific things that can help you in your playstyle. Okay, super important. And this is my man's right here, shoe monkey or dog. What is he? He's gonna give you the upgrades that you want for the drinks and for the gourd. You're gonna be able to buff it up and get crazy with it and be able to make it happen. Shin monk. I named him wrong. But so you're gonna be able to make it happen with this. This is super critical in the game. You're gonna have all this stuff very early, so you don't have to worry too much. All right, but super critical. And speaking of drinks, okay, figure out what you feel, what you think is best working for your play style. Let's talk about what's next on this list that I have here for you guys. When you get to chapter 2, it's going to let you make a very cool medicine, aka the mortal version and the celestial version. And these are going to be vital because they have special things. So you can see right here, the one that I'm pausing it on is critical hit chance. Okay, I've been talking about making a build for critical hits. I want to see how strong we can get in this game with critical hits. So that's going to be one that I do. You're going to start off with the mortal ones, and then later on you get the celestial medicines. And so you're going to find this from Shoe Dog. I believe that's his name. Sorry about that. I gotta figure these NPCs names out. But yeah, so he's gonna hook you up with the goods right there. You want to always check back because they have more stuff, and he's gonna allow you to continue to buff up and get bigger. Every time you go back to NPCs, they'll have brand new items, things that you've never seen before. Um, as you play the story. So making sure to fast travel back to them and seeing where they are, getting new upgrades, getting new items, and finding what's best within the game is gonna be super critical for you. There's certain things that are just powerful buffs that you automatically want to unlock and not miss out on, because there's really good stuff. And so make sure you go back for multiple reasons. Okay. One of the biggest things is you're going to get yourself new spells. And one of the very cool spells is a hidden boss fight where you can get the red ties. And this is, you've probably seen this in the trailers. This is why I'm showing it. You're able to get the one and the only red ties. And this one is going to let you transform and do a bunch of cool stuff. Right? That's some of the general breakdowns. I do want to touch base that there is a new game plus. I'm gonna have a video about that because I think I'm gonna be on a new game plus right after, like literally keep playing this game. I feel like I've can tell there's so many things to get. I'm not gonna get it all in one go. So the second run will be the run. And for a bonus tip, I'm gonna give you guys a quick tip. There's ways to level up. I'm gonna have a whole video about it. But right here at this very same spot I showed you guys, the Snake's Trail, I seen 175 XP from going over here and just fighting off this boss. Oh, not a boss, I'm sorry. It's a NPC that's waiting for me to kill him real quick. See, he's just there saying, "Hey man, you want XP, dude?" Did he just ram me into the wall? What just happened there? I couldn't even see. Oh gosh, wait a minute. Playing like and let me play terrible just to get you guys a view of how somebody can die quick. But the point is, right here, like this didn't work out the way I wanted to. Might have glitched the game out, folks. But he gives you 170 XP if you kill him. And I'm gonna die here, but and that's how you die in Black Myth WuKong. Wait a minute, I didn't die. No fall damage. I'm in a new area, folks. But yeah, you kill him and then you reset, and that's a way to do it. Pretty hilarious that that happened the way it just did, but it's okay. And so that's going to be a small, quick, random test that I'm going to be doing to make the leveling up system on ways to do it. Of course, I want to find a boss that I can reset every time and then be able to get more XP, but that's the quickest, shortest way. But this is the pretty much the best tips and tricks right now. Most everything you need to know to get started and to kind of get you on the right path. I try to keep it as simple and clear as possible. I will have way more stuff going forward without the ending part of the glitch that I'm not going to edit. And I hope y'all enjoyed and laugh at me for that. We'll have a lot more content throughout the year. Of course, make sure you lock in and then do what you're supposed to on the channel for likes and comments and subscriptions. And yeah, right now a new one should be popping up showcasing the amazing skills or combat. Check that out. See you there.